In our last video, we delved into the poignant and striking story of Cain and Abel, the first siblings, and the tragic events that led to the first recorded murder in human history. Today, we're going to explore what happens next. How do the consequences of Cain's actions unfold? How does humanity proceed from here? Let's pick up the narrative in Genesis 4:16 to 4:22. The story begins with Cain, who has just been marked by God and exiled for murdering his brother Abel. In verse 16 we learn, "Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod, east of Eden." This verse is significant because it indicates more than just a geographical relocation. Cain's departure symbolizes a spiritual and emotional distancing from God. He is now in a land called Nod, which means wandering, underscoring his permanent state of disconnect and rootlessness. Despite God's protection mark, the weight of his guilt and isolation follows him. Now verse 17 introduces a new chapter in Cain's life, and that of the early human race. Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch, and he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. This verse is compact, yet brimming with significance. Cain the wanderer attempts to establish permanence by building a city named after his son. The construction of a city marks a turning point where humanity transitions from nomadic lifestyles to settled communities. It is as if Cain is trying to counteract his punishment of wandering by creating a fixed place. As we continue into verse 18, the Bible introduces Cain's descendants. To Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mehujael, and Mehujael begot Methushael, and Methushael begot Lamech. These genealogies may seem tedious, but they serve a crucial purpose. They establish a lineage that will influence the unfolding human story. Each name in this passage connects us to ancient traditions and legacies that shape our understanding of human history and relationship with God. To enhance this part of the narrative, it's interesting to note that names in the Bible are often imbued with meaning. For instance, Enoch can be translated to dedicated or initiated, signaling perhaps a new beginning or an attempt at renewal despite the stains of the past. As more descendants are mentioned, the weight of Cain's lineage grows with each generation. In verse 19, we meet Lamech, an intriguing character who adds another layer to this complex tale. And Lamech took 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other Zillah. This is the first instance in the Bible of polygamy, and it's notable that it appears in Cain's line. Lamech's decision to take 2 wives may reflect an era of evolving social norms and dynamics. His actions could be seen as pushing boundaries and expanding the human experience in ways previously unrecorded in these early texts. Verse 20 tells us about Ada's children. Ada bore Jabal. He was the father of those who dwell in tents and have livestock. Here, Jabal is introduced as a pioneering figure, the ancestor of nomadic herders. This emphasizes a diversification of human roles and professions. Jabal's contributions mark advancements in human society, showing early specialization and the growth of different lifestyles, from settled city life to nomadic herding. Verse 21 continues this theme of specialization. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all those who play the harp and flute. Jubal represents cultural development. He is the progenitor of music and art, adding another dimension to human life and creativity. Music often serves as a means of expression and communication, enriching the collective human experience. Then in verse 22, we see Zillah's contribution to the family lineage and human progress. Zillah also bore Tubal-Cain. He was the forger of all implements of bronze and iron. The sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Tubal-Cain is depicted as an innovator, a great metallurgist who advances technology with his skills in forging. These advancements in tool-making and metallurgy would have been revolutionary, influencing early human society significantly. The mention of Naamah, Tubal-Cain's sister, with no further details, invites curiosity. Some traditions suggest she made contributions that were significant enough to be remembered, though not detailed here. Her inclusion emphasizes that every person, even those less documented, plays a role in the tapestry of human history. As we conclude, let's reflect on the interconnectedness of these verses. We see humanity's early attempts to overcome the shadows of its earliest tragedies. Through Cain's lineage, despite its dark beginnings, we witness the blossoming of human civilization, the dawn of cities, advancements in farming, artistry, and technology. So, what can we learn from these passages? They remind us that even amidst punishment and guilt, there is potential for growth and progress. Life continues, evolves, and diversifies. They show us that every individual, regardless of their family history, can contribute something significant to the world. If you found something intriguing in today's story, perhaps a detail you had never noticed before, or a connection that sparked your curiosity, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Let's continue this conversation and dig even deeper into these ancient, yet profoundly relevant stories. Be sure to tune in next time as we explore what happens next in Genesis. Until then, keep pondering these ancient truths and how they resonate in your own life today.